Okay, y'all, today we're going to be working on some little statuary, making it appropriate for the garden or the porch. This little boy and girl pair, he's about 13 and a half inches tall. She's about 11 and a half inches tall. You can see they're highly detailed. He's got his overall straps. He's got his big frog. She's got her baby doll with a pacifier in its mouth. Little Mary Jane's on. They're very sweet, but they just have not moved. This biscuit color is kind of dated, I think. It's kind of dirty looking. They're not dirty. I have cleaned them and cleaned them. They are made in the USA. I'll show y'all they've got a made in the USA tag on the bottom. They're very heavy, very nice. So we're going to try and update them so they can find a new home. This next piece is a shepherd boy with a sheep. He's made probably with an Atlantic mold from the 60s. He's also very highly detailed. He also hasn't moved. I think the bright red lips are a little off-putting. I think the sheep looks a little alarmed with that eye. The more popular one from this era was done in more realistic colors, not just all browns. So we're going to be updating him also, giving him a nice farmhouse cement look, a little bit of a texture in the paint, and hopefully he'll find a home soon too. Well, okay, I'm going to start with the little boy, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to gently pry off this felt cover because he feels like he's got a lump right there and he's rocking a little bit when he sits. So I've got my little Cricut spatula and I'm trying to peel this off. It's coming off pretty easy. I'm going to keep this so I can put it back on. But he did have like a lump of glue on him. So I'm going to kind of clean that off a little bit. A little bit of the fuzzies. I've got my cleaning rag that I've dipped in alcohol. I'm just going to kind of clean up his feet. He did have kind of a little lump of glue that was sticking on him. It's a little weird. There. Just try and get all the little fuzzy stuff off. And we are ready. Same right here. I've got my little turntable. Set this over to the side. And I am going to start with I'm going to use Waverly plaster. I like a white color. Everyone has their favorite. All the crafters on YouTube have their favorite colors. Well, this one is mine. So I'm going to pour some in this little cup here. Pick me out a little paintbrush that I really like. I think I like that one right there. Just use the paintbrush, just clean off the top. Put the lid on my paint and set it to a side. Got me a rag right here handy so I can wipe my hands off if I need to. And I'm just going to start painting him. Start right here. I'll start right here. Oh, looky there. It's a little fuzzy thing I missed. But he sits a lot better now. So I'm just going to put a coat of paint on him. Okay, I think the little boy looks so much better even with just one coat of white on him. I hope y'all do too. Now I'm going to start on this little girl. I have to tell you, the little boy's my favorite with his little frog because these molds are super detailed, but the baby doll's face on this one looks a little frightening to me. I don't know if y'all can see it. Yeah, y'all can't see it real well. Anyway, I'm hoping it looks a lot better with some paint. Well, what do y'all think? Does she look a little bit better painted too? I think the little boy did. I think she looks a little bit better. Her baby doll's still got kind of a wide awake, startled look on its face, but I guess that's just the way it's made. I'm going to let this, I'm going to set this aside and let this dry really good, and then I'm going to put another coat on it because there are so many little crevices. This is so detailed that I know I've missed a bunch of spots. I'm gonna have to turn it all this way and that to see everything I missed because I really like my base coat to get everything, and then my top coat can, my next coat can just, you know, pretty it up some. All right, I decided I was just gonna put just a base coat of the same white on this guy. He's real intricate also. I changed out my paintbrush for one with a longer handle because you have to reach way in here to get everything. I've thought about spray painting these as a base coat but I'd have to turn them so many different ways. I just think it's just as easy to stand them up and paint them. So I'm gonna be doing this now. And while I've got your attention, if you haven't subscribed yet, I would invite you to do that. I'd love to have you be a part of my Facebook family. It's growing quite fast, and I just really appreciate you watching. I appreciate everybody and all their kind comments. So if you haven't subscribed yet, why don't you think about doing that now? And while you're at it, ring the bell so you get notified every time I post another video. Well, okay, y'all, I know this is like watching grass grow, so I'm going to stop this video here, and I'll be back when I get this first coat on so you can see how it looks. Well, y'all, I let this little item set overnight, make sure the base coat got really good and dry, and I am stipple painting it. That gives it, this was kind of a glossy finished ceramic surface, and by stippling it, that gives the paint a little bit of more texture than just a chalk paint has. You know, chalk paint has a flat texture, but this gives it a little bit more of a texture. And to stipple it, you just go up and down like this. So it gives it a little bit more texture. It helps the paint stick a little bit better. I'm using just a stencil brush, just an inexpensive stencil brush to do this. And you kind of use the same movement as you would to paint a stencil. So I'm going to be working on that now, and I'll be back when I'm finished with it. Hey y'all, well, I've got the second coat on the little boy and little girl pieces, and I've stippled the little boy with the lamb, and now I'm just putting a coat of clear wax, Waverly clear wax, on the boy and the girl. The little boy with the lamb, I'm going to take it outside and clear coat it with a Rust-Oleum 2X spray because I'm going to be finished with it. But the little boy and the girl, after the clear wax sets, I'm going to go back over it with some antiquing wax to bring out some of the detail. So I'll be back to show you that here in a bit. Well, all right, y'all, I have put the clear wax on these little guys, and I let them sit overnight to make sure the wax is good and hardened. And now I'm going to use some antiquing wax, and I'm going to put over them to try and bring out some of the detail. So I'm going to water down my antiquing wax just to make sure it's not too thick and dark. So I don't want it real severe, I just want it to kind of settle into little creases and folds and look pretty cute. And you know, Waverly antiquing wax is pretty thin anyway. So I'm not going to add a lot of water to it, but I am going to add a little bit. About 50% water. Now, let's see what I've got here. I'm going to start here on the back of this little boy so I can see what I got going on, so I can see how it's going to look. So I'm just going to paint it on. I might have it really too thin. And I'm going to wipe it off a little bit. And it does look like it's a bit thin. Just try the regular wax thin. Maybe I don't need to thin it at all. I'll get down in the little grooves and crevices. Let's just kind of wipe it back. There. Now this wax is real forgiving. If you feel like you got too much, you just wash it off. If it dries and you feel like you got too much, you can just dab a little bit more paint over it. So it looks like we're just going to use the regular wax. Now can y'all see? Can y'all see how that is settling into the creases and giving them some definition? Okay, y'all, what do y'all think about them? Better? Look at all the detail in their hair. Look at her little bow. These little overalls. The baby doll's still got a wide look, but look at that frog. Look at them. You know that little boy's holding a frog. So all that's really left on these, y'all, is just to let them set overnight again. And then I'm going to put a coating of Rust-Oleum 2 times clear matte to seal them real good. And they will be great to set outside in the garden, by the mantle, anywhere you'd like to set this sweet little pair. And here's the little shepherd boy. What do y'all think? By stippling that chalk paint on, it gives it kind of a bisque feeling. And then by sealing it with the matte sealer, it kind of gives it a smooth feeling. Isn't he sweet? Look at that little lamb. No more alarmed lamb look with that weird eye it had before. And he just looks like he's ready. He's just loving his little lamb, isn't he? Look at that floppy hat and his little bare feet in his sandals. He's just really a sweet, sweet little piece. Because he is ceramic, I would not put him outside. He could be put outside in a sheltered place. You know, you should do what you want to with your little items. But I think he'd be pretty in the corner of a porch. I think he'd be pretty sitting on a mantle or up on a shelf. He's just really sweet, I think. Well, thank you for watching this video. I so enjoy taking these little items that are kind of homely, kind of plain, and bringing them up a level. If you enjoyed my video, I would invite you to subscribe and press the bell so you get notified anytime we drop a video. We'll be doing some more upcycles. We will be doing some more reimagines. And we will be doing some more thrift hauls. So y'all check back with me. Until then, I hope you have a blessed, blessed day. I hope all the good things that God has in store are showered upon you. And I hope to see y'all soon. This is Ginger with Ginger Snap Thrifting.